Yo, what is going on, everybody? So today I have a very special guest for you. His name is Red Sings the Blues. I'm going to be calling him Red because Red Sings the Blues is just too long for
Too
me.
long of a name. I know.
What she said. I bought that game just the other day. There's a game called That's What She Said. So I'm kind of looking forward to playing that because it's inappropriate and right up my alley.
Yeah. No, definitely. No, it's all right, man. It's all right.
So Red, man, you commented on one of my videos the other day and you're like, hey, I want to have a one-on-one with you. And I was like, cool. And so you emailed me, like I said, email me. So you emailed me and then we emailed back and forth. And, you're like right on it straight away, responding very quickly. And I was like, man, I respect the guy's like promptness, and then and I said, look, let's tee something up the next couple of days. And 2 seconds later, you're on Solo TV 84's stream. And I'm a big fan of Solo TV. Shout out to Solo. I know you watch my stuff as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty fast when it comes to that stuff, man. I guess it's because I have one hell of a work ethic, like I don't like sitting on shit and then just saying, oh, well, then, it's kind of just my brain, like I need to get stuff done. And if I don't get it done, I'm going to forget it. And then if I forget it, I'm not going to, do it. And then I'm just going to keep on procrastinating. It's just one of these things in which I do not procrastinate or that's how I've been getting like, jobs and shit in my industry. I work in the entertainment industry. I'm a freelancer. I usually arrive to work at least 30 minutes early before everybody else. So yeah, I usually go to Dunkin' Donuts and just, get a donut or coffee or whatever. And then I just, that's just kind of the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%, man. It's just like I was actually watching that stream with Solo, and I was like, "Hey, Red Sings the Blues." Like I dropped a super chat. I was just like, "Oh, I know that I see you there," and and then I get off that, and then I'm seeing like stories from Alpha Villains with you on it, and Coach EO, and like, guys all over the place, man, doing 4 podcasts live in one day. And I was like, man, this guy's on his hustle, and you were saying that you've got big visions for yourself, and I'm thinking to myself, like, dude, you're gonna get there. And I worked last night. I got a last minute shift. I was not meant to be working, and I had organized this stream with you at 7 a.m. my time on that basis. I went to the shift last night. I was like, oh man, like I got I'm got this 7 a.m. stream in the morning with Red Sings the Blues, and I was like, but I don't want to miss it.
Don't worry about it.
I didn't realize that this shift was going to go till 4 a.m. So I got in bed at 5 a.m. this morning. And then I went to jump on Instagram to send you a message, say, hey man, sorry, I'm just running a couple of minutes late. And I got a message from you on the dot of 7 a.m. saying it's 5 p.m. my time.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
No, I'm not worried about it, but I got to tell you, I was like, man, I really respect the punctuality, like just like that pinpoint accuracy. You've obviously been very successful in your freelance work by being so punctual and being so precise, and in your work as well. I'm sure you're as precise as you are with your time.
Yeah.
So this is why you're really going to go far, man. I got to ask because I can't really gauge it. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
25.
25, man. So yeah, you're like really in that zone now where, I mean, there's just so much opportunity. There's just so much. I mean, you're obviously seeing the online space and what can potentially come from that. Myself, I kind of went a bit gung ho and I jumped in. And I have probably been, I mean, look, they did a mass demonetization of all men going their own way content a couple of years back now. And I was at 10,000 subscribers when that happened. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna keep going,
Yeah, fuck it.
Like there was a couple of guys who took MGTOW out of their name and got remonetized. But I was like, you know what? I really need to keep on with this message because guys need to know. And it's been resonating. And look, man, there's dudes that were watching me before they had a channel, and they've just like skyrocketed past me. So I I didn't know that Joker and Better Bachelor used to watch me before they came about onto the scene. So I'm like super humbled by that. But you know, I've had so many other things going on. I haven't look, it hasn't been feasible for me to make the time to make the amount of content that those guys make on a regular enough basis, because my routine is just all over the place. So yeah, I've got one of our people watching right now says, are 25-year-olds more blue or red pilled? Then this is a really good question. I want to ask you, because look, I'm 40. So I don't have a lot of 25-year-old friends or people in that general zone. And look, I do know a few people and they're red pilled, but you know, I guess birds of a feather flock together. So I guess I wanted to get your take on the, because obviously you've got mainstream media, you've got the indoctrination, you've got universities. What kind of trends do you see in, I'm going to call it the younger generations, sort of like the 18 to 28 kind of space?
Oh, okay. So to answer his question, are 25-year-olds more blue pilled or red pilled? Depends on who you speak to. So it's one of those kinds of things, because I can only speak for myself. I'm not just one guy speaking. I do have a co-host and another guy that does the websites and stuff like that for Red Stinks to Blues, because usually I don't have time to do it because I'm usually thinking about, you know, the research and the next notes I'm doing. So basically it's me doing the whole PBS educational type shit for young men. So, you know, I have been told about Young Men's Daily, Red Pill.
The Red Pill.
Yeah, Young Men's Daily Red Pill.
Shout
shout out to him. I tried to get an interview with him. He's, you know, doing his own thing. So I'm waiting. You know what? We move on. Okay. I got other people I got to interview anyway. But when it comes down to, I guess, being in your 20s, the trends that you see are not good. So, and you're kind of just sitting there like, damn, is this it? Like smoking, drinking, and having meaningless sex. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I've been in that camp, and not to say that it's not fun. It's just meaningless. Like it's gotten to the point where most guys can't survive without it. So now, and then you kind of, you know, see this in college as well. You know, I was more of the guy that was deep in his studies. You know, I was more the guy that was doing a lot of shows, making a lot of connections, you know, stuff like that. So that's why I'm so good at my, you know, what I do, is because I wasn't partying. All right. I was more the guy, you know, in the books and, you know, learning the craft and being better at it. While and you know, granted, the entertainment industry, the place where I was like 70-80% women, and you know, I had to pick up a lot more slack. And I'm not, you know, some women were good, some women were good at the job, but then a lot of them were just like, you know, look, listen, because they'll use this against me. So I'm just like, look, dude. I was like, yo.
You got to respect the game where people have earned their respect. And
no, you know what? I will say this, because I know there's gonna be guys on here that will say, "Oh, you're a fucking simp." No, my PM actually is a female. My one of my supervisors is a female. I respect the hell out of her because she, you know, like she does it all, man. She's a PM, stage manager, like any job that she needed. Like, dude, she took it, and I learned from her like most of the craft and stuff like that. All my mentors, like I have a mixture of male and female mentors, but like top 3, yeah, she's a female, and you know, like I learned all of my stuff from her. And honestly, she recommended me for like other networks and shit. So, you know, I look, literally, I said, you know what? Give me the jobs. I don't care. Like, I don't care what happens. Just give me the jobs. And guess what? I mean, I had to literally prove myself, because I challenged her and I kind of had a bet with her to say, all right, look, listen, if I can do this, you recommend me for jobs. So I had to do 4 shows back to back. You know, like no complaints, nothing. I did it. No complaints, nothing. But it's also because I'm a man, right? Who's going to pass up a job? Who's going to pass up money? And who's going to pass up like challenging somebody else? So that's what I did. That's kind of how, you know, that's how I kind of think. But when it comes down to like the younger generation, I can't speak for them. They speak for themselves. I only can speak for me. So that's kind of how, you know, I'm going to take that, because if I say, you know, young people are more blue pilled, I'm going to have to show you that they are. But if you go outside, you already know. All right. The more blue pilled people that you surround yourself with, you're already going to know the answer to that question. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with you, and I think that's probably a really good synopsis. And I just got a super chat here from Johnny K, says she took 100%. Kids, house, cars. Took me 8 years to recover. Thank you for that super chat, Johnny. And I got to say that is a hell of a lot of time. That's a lot of time to have to recover and recoup from something. And, you know, and I think a lot of us in the manosphere, and, you know, I dare say that there's, without having heard it from my mouth, there's probably something in you as well that wants to see guys wake up and stop putting themselves through the meat grinder like they have been. You know, like it's heartbreaking to watch as a dude not going through the meat grinder anymore. Like I've been through it and I get it and I know how much it sucks. And if I knew then what I know now, in fact, I'm actually writing a speech. I've been invited to speak at International Conference for Men's Issues 2020. So I'm actually sharing, and I was really stuck on my speech for a couple of days. I was stuck at 9 minutes worth of talking. And then yesterday, there was just something in my head that came out, and it's just like word vomit. I mean, it was beautiful word vomit, but it flowed, and I was like, man, this is the essence of what guys need to hear. So I'm really looking forward to sharing that. But I just really think that we need people. Look, I can talk as much as I want, but that doesn't mean that 18-year-olds are going to listen to me. You know, even if I'm spitting the realest shit, even if I am talking so much truth, even if what I'm saying is going to benefit them immeasurably. And this is why I think it's so important for guys of all ages, not just, you know, and look, I'm not trying to compare myself to these people because, you know, they've been in the game a lot longer than I have, but, you know, we've all got a different angle. But I mean, I guess I'm using using these names just because we're all similar sort of vintage. I mean, like AV, man, that guy has got some knowledge, like some serious knowledge. I'm actually going to have him on in about an hour and a half once I finish up with you. So back for me on 2 hours of sleep, right?
Oh, dude, four live streams. I did it with my buddy. I had to do it on Coach EO, then a regular show with me, and then solo TV. I went to bed.
Yeah, straight out.
I went to bed. I was like, dude, I will do that again, but I'm gonna have to like recharge, man.
Yeah, but I mean, like, right, Coach EO, Rollo, myself, Coach Greg Adams, Joker. We've all got different levels of knowledge. We've all got different angles, but we're all a similar vintage, and we're all speaking from such a wealth of experience. And some can articulate it better than others. I mean, I probably, you know, some of these other guys can probably articulate some things better than I can, but, you know, I've got my own individual style, and people like that, and I just keep doing what I'm doing, right? Because I'm just like you're you, I'm me, you know. So
yeah, that's all. Well, that's all you have to be, man. I mean, I don't try to be somebody I'm not.
Exactly. So I've got a question here from opting out. Sounds like someone who is going in a certain direction. Maybe it's this, maybe it's a certain way. He says, "What's your opinion on 1, marriage, 2, cohabitation, 3, long-term relationships?" So I'm not sure if that's being asked to you, Red, or whether it's being asked to me, or whether that's something we're meant to discuss jointly. So let's discuss this jointly. I want to get your take on these first.
Marriage. Okay. Well, first thing about marriage, would I do it? What I say is for other guys not to do it? No. Would I tell you to do it? No. That's going to be something on you to do. All right. I'm not going to tell you don't get married, don't cohabitate, don't have a long-term relationship, because I'm not you. I'm not going to tell you how to think. I'm going to tell you the information and then let you go on your merrily way. Because what I see is that, you know, and I'm not trying to hike on anybody, but it's like, well, if I told you not to get married, and then one day you do get married, and then you change your mind and stuff like that, and then you get, you know, taken to the divorce court, what would you do then? All right, because if I told somebody not to get married, first off, I never got married. I almost got engaged, but thank God that didn't happen. So what is my opinion on marriage? Considering what I see now, look, listen, when it comes to me, I'm not the person to be like, I want to be on this with this person for the rest of my life, because look, listen, in my young life, I have had more than one, so it's like, not doing it. So, I mean, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I don't know how life will be, man. So, I mean, I'm still young, so I don't know how life is gonna really be. Cohabitation, honestly, never did it. I actually had a long-term relationship, but we were like, distance traveling, stuff like that. She was in my dorm room and stuff like that. I kicked her out when I needed her too. So, with cohabitation, look, listen, I never had a relationship where I actually put in money in an apartment and said, look, listen, I'm going to let you in. And even I don't even have the mentality to say to myself, you know what, I want to get an apartment for women. No, that's not me. I would want to get an apartment for myself to build a studio for me and fuck bitches, but to cohabitate with them, I don't have that mentality. And long-term relationships, you know what? I will say this, because I've been in a relationship for 3 years, and it recently ended like a year or two ago. So I was just, I said, you know what? There are going to be some good times, and there are going to be some bad times. But what you need to do is gather the information. You know what I'm saying? There is a lot of information that I've learned from being casual and being short-term and being long-term. So I can say that with that, I'm going to say, look, listen, you're going to have to tread carefully, because if you don't tread carefully, then the whole, oh, this ain't worth it. This ain't, well, if it wasn't worth it, then you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here listening to Sydney and myself. You know what I'm saying?
100%. I totally agree with you. So yeah, if that's your take, I'll share mine. So my thoughts on marriage. Hang on, this is bugging me. It's just my security stuff from last night. I just literally came home and just dumped it there because I was exhausted. And just kind of missing that logo because it just feels good. All right. So marriage. Been married before. Would I do it again? Extremely unlikely. Pretty much an impossibility at this point. I mean, I could do it, but I just don't want to. And also one thing I've noticed as well, as soon as, particularly for girls that put a lot of weight on marriage, that they put a lot of focus on it, what I've observed personally, and other people may have had a different experience, as soon as that ring goes on their finger, it's like somebody needs to put that ring, like use that ring to give them gastric banding surgery, because like the stomach just goes, right. And I don't know what, look, I think it's just they get comfortable, and I've heard girls say, oh, I've got him locked down now, don't need to focus so much and go to the gym. It's like, yeah, you do, because what you're attracted to in him is not the same thing as he's attracted to in you. And what you're attracted to in each other is not the same thing that's going to keep you together. So, and a lot of people get this twisted.
And you can also say the same thing about long-term relationships. You still have to keep yourself physically fit and stuff like that. And I know that firsthand. Like, if you're not keeping yourself physically fit, like here's the thing with that. And I did learn this the hard way. And Donovan Sharp is right. If you don't have leverage in the relationship, she's never going to listen to you. So, for example, if she was smoking the first time, if she was smoking when she met you, and then you tell her in the relationship, stop smoking, she's gonna look at you and think to herself, well, I got the relationship, I can do whatever I want. If she was fat when you met her, I don't have to lose weight. You gave me the relationship. You're supposed to love me for me. And that's kind of how women, think about it today. That's why things are the way they are right now. You know what I'm saying? Even with young men, the problem with young men nowadays is that they are kowtowing to it. All right. And I was one of those people. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I'm king of the alphas now. I was one of those people that did the same thing as what, you know, all these coaches are talking about. Yeah, you kowtowed in the relationship, and that's why she left. Yeah, of course. Like, I wouldn't be here talking to you if I didn't do certain things and didn't learn from it. But you know, the difference is that I learned from it, and now I want to talk about it rather than, you know, just and you know what I'm saying.
Right, right. And by the way, I'm really glad that you brought that specific point up about leverage. Really, really glad you brought that up, because this is something that's not talked about enough. Now, I did a video the other day, and I'm going to give you the specific name of it so you can go search it up.
Mhm.
If you don't understand women, you're not ready for one.
Mhm.
Now, with so point A, leverage. If you are married, you have no leverage anymore. The ring's on. The legal contract is in place.
Mhm.
That's their leverage over you. And they may not see that as a manipulation tool, but by virtue of the fact that they've now got you, that you're now married, that they've locked you down. How many times do you hear girls saying, "Oh, you got to lock that one down, girl"? It's like,
oh yeah, that and also that scares me when a woman says that. Oh, I got to lock you down. I'm like, I'm out. Like that makes my eyes go like, nah, I'm out,
yeah.
man. Nope, you ain't doing that.
It's actually super. Wow, that sounded kind of lame. Super. I want to just quickly find this photo and share this if it's going to pop up. All right, but I actually took this photo just nearby my house. There's a kind of like a walk bridge that goes over, but towards the end of their lockdowns in New South Wales, they actually had this digital sign over the roadway. This digital sign says, it was something to the effect of "lock him down after lockdown." And it was an ad for Bumble dating. And I'm like, man.
Oh hell no.
No,
That says two things. One, the divorce rate's up, and they really need people in those jewelry stores. And number two, the dating market is fucked.
We're targeting women with this ad.
Oh god, it's like damn. Like, well, what's surprising to me is that, you know, it has been in the United States. It's been, god damn, this is month. I don't remember day. It's like I don't remember the captain's log anymore, but it's day question mark of quarantine or it's lockdown. Yeah, there are places still opening up instead, but when it comes down to it, it's like, yo, like I have never seen more women horny. All right, I have never seen women. I have never seen, like, you can tell in their eyes that they are fucking horny. And you know that even women in relationships, like I see it all the time. I'm like, damn, these women are horny. Like I'm like, oh god, and it's almost and it kind of scares me because like, look, listen, I've been going to the gym. I'm not there just yet, but I've been going to the gym and stuff like that. But like you know, when you keep yourself in a stoic position as a young man, like women can smell that. And it's almost as if that's like a pheromone, so to speak. And I want to do a case study on that because that's very interesting. But it's like, oh my God, these women are just like, they look at you differently. They already know the men that they don't want to sleep with and the men that they do want to sleep with. And it's like, yeah, a lot of us talk about the 80-20 rule, but the 80-20 rule is kind of disabled right now. And hear me out. No one's making money. No one is. So we're pretty much like think about it as we're back in like the caveman days, but the only thing that's different is that we have technology, right? The people and hear me out with this one. The people that have failed the test, right, are the men or the boy. We're gonna call them boys, betas, whatever you want to call them. The ones that are failed the test are the ones that have given women everything that they wanted. That's number one. Number two, that are crying. And number three, they're protesting. All right. All that's caught on tape. Every guy that is protesting, it is caught on tape for every girl to know. Like literally, they failed the test. Every guy that's protesting, crying, and doing all this other shit, you failed the test, bro. Because you realize that this whole quarantine isn't gonna, you know, and once the economy comes back and the masks are off, listen, bro, I'm mopping the floor.
Dude, I'm telling you, guys, anyone who wants to have a laugh about, like, girls are so horny. Like, there's so much of like a sexual supercharging going on in just the broader wide world with regards to the whole lockdown and quarantine and restrictions. There are now categories of porn dedicated to quarantine.
Oh yeah.
Just anyone can do a quick online search for quarantine dick and do that on Twitter. By the way, let's do this live. Let's do this live on here. Let's share this. I'm just gonna do this. Hang on. Let me bring this up. So I got so much stuff going on my different screens here. All right. So we're just going to bring up Twitter right now. And I'm going to just search for quarantine.
Oh, God.
Dick _quarantine. Dick is quarantine. Quarantine is dick.
Oh, I hope you don't. Oh, you gotta.
Here we go. Kanabi, hashtag BLM. Me sucking my first dick after quarantine. Dick Kimball, I need a trim after quarantine.
This is scary.
I'm just gonna like just inch down. I haven't had sex in a long time. My dick probably thinks it's in quarantine. I'm just slowly scrolling in case I come across something I shouldn't.
Oh God.
But you guys, if you want to sort of have a laugh, just go on to here we go. Christina, my quarantine hair is so long. I mean, look, it's kind of died down a little bit now, but I mean, I'm telling you, when everything was in, here we go. Quarantine dick is the best dick. All right. No. Set it up yourself.
No. Oh God, no. I don't even want to look at that. Oh God. I already know what I'm gonna find on Twitter, and it's not good. Twitter's like softcore porn. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
Exactly. But I mean, like, this was when the whole lockdown thing was on, man. I'm telling you, the shit that I was seeing, chicks were like, man, when like literally chicks were, I think I got a screenshot somewhere, but it's buried now. Chicks were saying, once this quarantine is over, I'm gonna suck dick in the middle of the street. Like, chicks were literally saying this. They were so freaking horny.
Yeah.
They were out of control. Like, it was.
Listen, I wouldn't be too surprised if there was like a resurgence of like 1960s Woodstock and shit. Like those, you know, Jesus, those fucking orgy dens and shit.
Right.
Oh, God. A research. Well, you know what? Something, Sydney. You know what? I think about it, because this is the best time to see women's nature in its prime. Like get rid of we are now at the age of decadence, and now decadence has been taken away. Women are going nuts, and it's been hilarious to watch, because it's like, damn, like the woman that was screaming for Ruth Bader Ginsburg, that was spot on hilarious. That deserves an Oscar. That deserves an Oscar right there.
I reckon that's got nothing on what we're going to see on the eve of November 3rd.
Oh boy! Everyone here in the United States is geared for that, man. I'm
so pumped. I'm like,
oh God! You know what? We should do a live stream. We should definitely do a live stream. Dude, I would love to be on that live stream after November 3rd, just to say, hey, look, listen, man. I told you it was gonna happen. I would love to be on that live stream, because I'll just be like, little dude, look, listen, I told them that this was gonna happen. They just weren't listening. All right, but no,
let's work out a way to do this.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously on StreamYard, and I love StreamYard. We're using it right now.
Yeah.
I find that YouTube is a bit choppy on there with the audio, so we're gonna need to find out some other way to do that stream that through OBS or something, like maybe use a Zoom plugin, whatever we got to do. Man, I'm down to stream that election with you, because
definitely.
it's going to be awesome.
It's gonna be nuts.
Very awesome.
Oh god, I have to barricade my doors. The doors have to be barricaded, because I'm just gonna be like, yep, time to get ready. Just be like, guys, I'm signing off.
Right, exactly.
After that, it's over, because I already got, dude, tonight's gonna be crazy. All of October is gonna be crazy, and November is gonna be even crazier. I mean, I wonder, you know what? The thing I'm really wondering is how Thanksgiving's gonna work, because not only is after November 3rd gonna be crazy, but then after November 3rd, we're in quarantine. We can't. I mean, you can see your family, but a lot of people, you know how people are. They're kind of crazy out of their minds, smoking, drinking their lives away, and not going to the gym and jerking off too much. And that kind of fucks with the mind. So what, I'm kind of wondering how that works, because I mean, honestly, during this quarantine, I've just been working out, doing this podcast, trying to find a job, and just working out. That's it. That's all I've been doing. So I took the time to actually better myself. And I know a lot of guys will be like, well, you're just making an excuse so you don't have to talk to women. Dude, I've been talking to women. Look, listen.
Yeah, man.
Just because women are horny, does that mean you still strike out? Because a lot of women. All right, look, listen. Listen. A lot of guys here are just like, well, okay, so you sound like a dating coach. I'm not a dating coach. You sound like a life coach, not a life coach. Just a guy with a podcast that does Joe Rogan PBS type stuff regarding the red pill. All right, like that's kind of how I want to be known. All right, in the Manosphere, just the guy that does the PBS and Joe Rogan type shit. All right, that's kind of how I want to be known, and that's how I'm gonna go down. All right, but going back to what I said. Look, listen. It is something to behold when you have been doing everything for yourself, and then you watch other people just like losing their goddamn minds. It's just like, wow. I actually did much better than most people did. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, shout out to Oki MGTOW. He says, I've heard this kid slay fools on Bernard Riley. So do you know what that's referring to? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea. But wait, hold on.
Maybe you got mistaken for someone else that slayed some fools on Bernard Riley, or maybe it's something else. But yeah, look, we kind of skip past this. I just wanted to, I guess, wrap up on that question we got asked earlier about cohabitation and marriage and long-term relationships. So I've given my view on marriage. I'll move past that. Cohabitation, legal cohabitation, it's a thing, right? So we saw the issue with the guy in Canada. I know not everyone's in Canada, but the guy in Canada who was deemed to have been in a conjugal relationship with a woman who he did not share a home with, who he did not share any children with, even though she had kids and he had kids. He did not share a bank account with her. He did not have any joint assets with her. They'd just been dating for 14 years. And he took her away on a couple of expensive holidays where I think they spent like a month or two at somewhere together, and that was it. He basically just paid for a long holiday for them. And he paid off her house. He gave her a 7.5K carat diamond ring. He gave her thousands of dollars a month to spend. Plus, he gave her a credit card on top of that. Plus, he provided her and her kids with a lavish lifestyle. I mean, the guy's just going over and above. Like he shouldn't have gone that far. He set a really bad precedent, actually, and probably wasted a hell of a lot of money in the process. But he ended up being the courts granted her lifetime alimony, and he had to go back and appeal it. And they said, well, technically, based on when you first spent a longer period of time together, even though it was on a holiday, we're going to regard that as the first time that you cohabitated. And as such, you've fallen just short of the period that would facilitate a lifetime alimony arrangement. So he ended up with only 10 years of alimony, but it was $50,000 a month. So $6.5 million to have a long-term girlfriend, basically. So it's like we're kind of getting to the point now where you can't even have a sleepover at your girlfriend's house without that putting you under some sort of legal duress. So I would say, and look, I've just got one of these, but I mean, I've got different things that are sort of untouchable, but like this silver, that's a really good store of value that if you have that locked away somewhere that people can't physically get access to, then that's like the courts can't take this off you if they don't know where it is or they don't know that it exists, right? So, and this comes back to what I was saying before about how if you don't know what a woman wants, you're not ready for one, because what a woman wants is to feel. And she wants to feel loved, she wants to feel appreciated, she wants to feel safe, and she wants to feel cared for, and she wants to feel heard. And there's other things that women are going to want to feel, but I would say that that probably encompasses what 99.9% of women fundamentally need in order to have that feeling in their heart that this guy is my soulmate, right? And if you can, like, you can have all the cars in the world, all the money, and if you don't have the attributes that she needs from you, then you're going to find yourself in a whole world of hurt later on. In fact, some of you, I don't know if you know this song, Red, maybe you do because you're in the entertainment space. Love Don't Cost a Thing by Jennifer Lopez. It's quite an old.
Yeah. I know. You ever heard of a song from Gwen Guthrie called "Ain't Nothing Going On But the Rent"?
No, but I would.
Go look it up. Gwen Guthrie. Ain't Nothing Going On But the Rent. That is a good song. It is a really good song, actually. Gwen Guthrie is one of the best. She was one of the best in the '80s, best black pop singers in the '80s. But she did look. Listen. That song. That song. I mean, my mom used to play it in the car. I was like, I mean, it's a catchy song. It's a catchy song. Don't get me wrong. Then when you grow up, I'm just like, oh, okay, now I understand it. No romance without finance. Got to have a job if you want to be with me. Look, listen. I don't disagree with that. I do not disagree with that.
Fine, but is also known as a buster.
Look, listen. I don't disagree with what she said. You do have to have a job in order to keep the relationship going. And look, listen. But here's the problem with that. Where are you? Okay, listen. I know you're a woman. I know you have a viscosity. We're gonna use the mediocre tutorials and reviews. Shout out to him. I watch his channel. We're gonna use his term. We're gonna use viscosity. I know you have the viscosity. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I know we do the deed. Okay, understand that. But then after the deed, what else can you do? Okay, and that's kind of where women are kind of facing off. Right? They're kind of saying, "Well, I have a degree." No, I have a job, but that's fine. I make this much money. I don't need that. We have money. You know, we got an account. That's fine. I can make children. I can make children with any other woman. What else do you bring? And then women are just like, I don't know. What else am I supposed to bring? Well, okay. Now, please don't get mad at me. Can you cook? Well, I mean, I can order Domino's. Okay, that's strike one. Can you clean? Well, we're in my room. Do you like my room? Do you like how clean it is? Well, you can do something with your bed. Can you at least do certain womanly? Can you be a woman? Can you be a woman? Well, I am a woman. I have a viscosity. I have bonkers. I look like a woman. No. What I mean is, can you? If you know, I'm not gonna yell at you. Okay, I would ask you to do something, but in return for whatever I do for you, can you do stuff for me? Well, you see, in my gender studies class, okay, we're gonna get up and it's over. So that's what men do. So that's kind of how we're treating it nowadays. Like, okay, have I ever said to anybody, women don't know their place? No, women just don't know how to be women. And on top of that, men don't know how to be men. So now we're kind of reaching an impasse with how we are nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And it starts in the school system because listen, I was the last. I guess you could call my generation the last generation to get home economics and woodshop, even though they took that out in my school, and then they took home economics out. And dude, oh my god, they just put more not piano classes, more technology classes, like you can learn how to work a computer by being on a computer. You don't really need a lot of IT classes, and not everybody's going to be an IT tech, right? So now we don't know basic skills. Men don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
It's like this thing in my hand, like. Yeah.
I see there's a woman in the chat, Rachel Anderson. Women don't need to be talked like children at me. No, look, listen. I understand that. Look, listen. I'm not going to talk to her like a child. Look, listen. I'm going to talk to her like I'm negotiating something with one of the guys. Like, look, listen. I treat everything like a business. A relationship is a business at the end of the day. I'm not going to treat her like a child. I'm going to treat her like a woman. Okay? But in return, she has to treat me like a man. And if she's not going to do that, then what are you good for? Then why are you with me then? All right? Because now we're at that point where, you know, young men and young women, they don't know how to have relationships anymore. All we know how to do is go to the club, drink and twerk and grind on each other and have sex. And that's it, pretty much. And then we kind of wonder why, you know, like these things are happening. Where have all the good men gone? I can't get a woman. I can't get laid. I have to date down. I can't even date up. So now we kind of reached that, you know, postmodern impasse with the genders and how we look at each other, to the point where we don't even understand each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I'd also like to respond to Rachel as well. And I think hopefully this gives you a bit of perspective, Rachel. I mean, you said women don't need to be talked to like children. And look, I agree with that. But guys also don't need to be talked to like kids as well. And this is something that we're seeing a growing culture of it being acceptable for women to talk to men like children. Now, that is not in any way to say that all women speak to all men like children. That is couldn't be further from the truth. However, there seems to be a growing faction and a growing culture and a growing acceptance of that kind of dialogue and that kind of dynamic going on. Now, you've got to understand that, and this isn't just to you, Rachel, but this goes out to absolutely everyone. If you speak to a person in a certain way, what you're doing is you're giving them a license to speak to you in that certain way. And when we're having an increasing number of women speaking to us in a way that's condescending, that's just downright obnoxious, then it removes the incentive for us to be civil at the level that would be required for us to be considered to not be speaking to someone as a child. And what Reds was saying before, like, well, other than what every other woman on the planet that's not severely disabled can bring to the table, like, what else do you bring? And in fact, there's finishing school in Sydney, and it's always constantly sold out like a year ahead, because there are so many women who are actually wanting to know how to be more feminine, because school doesn't teach them that. Our culture doesn't teach them that. The media doesn't teach them that. In fact, the school culture and media encourages the exact opposite. You know, in the schoolyard, I mean, we're seeing a complete reversal of roles. And I just find this whole discussion very condescending about how I'm constantly hearing from women, oh, well, you know, all of this toxic masculinity is happening because men are saying boys will be boys. It's like, no, I'm sorry. That's something that I only hear from women who don't understand the behavior of the boys and are trying to find a way to explain it. And that's all they've got. And when that's all they've got, then that's what they're going to say. And people need to differentiate between trying to loosely explain something that they don't understand and condoning behavior, because it's not condoning bad behavior. It's simply trying to understand something that someone doesn't get.
And oh no, go ahead, finish. I want you to finish.
So yeah, look, that's a huge part of all of this. And guys, just look, we're not stupid, we're not dumb, and we're also not born followers, right? We are neurologically and physiologically designed to lead, not dominate, but lead. And when that lead is taken from us, and then we're spoken down to, we don't take kindly to it. And it's not because we're saying, well, you shouldn't be saying this to me because you're a woman. It's like, no, don't disrespect me as the man that I am.
Yeah.
And I think that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah. Look, listen, what was her name?
Rachel.
Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to figure out her name again. Rachel. So Rachel, like I said, I didn't call you a bitch or a hoe. I didn't call you that, right? I called you by your first and last name, right? Like you did with me. You called me Red Sings the Blues. So I'm going to call you Rachel Anderson. I'm not going to come up on here and call you a bitch or a hoe. Because you respected my name, right? I'm going to respect your name. And that's all we're asking for, okay? If you respect me, I'll respect you. And I think that is what men really want. They want a woman that does respect them, and women do want men that they can respect, right? However, that is given. Okay, that is earned, right? That's not given, it's earned, right? So what you did and what I did, you earned your respect from me. You said your piece and I said my piece, right? So that's how I'm going to take it, all right? And if you don't respect that, that's fine. That's cool. I'm not going to say you're a bitch or a hoe. Oh, she's for the streets and whatnot. Look, listen, I don't have time for that. Next person, okay? Because all you're going to get is somebody who doesn't respect you, somebody who's going to try to one-up you, and somebody that doesn't even respect what you have to say, right? And you do find these kinds of guys, but you know, kind of, and I'm saying this is not women's fault. Look, listen, biologically speaking, they go for the guys that don't respect them. That's just, look, it's just biology. I can't sit here and say, look, women, don't sleep around with the bad boys. Don't sleep with Chad, Tyrone, Pookie, Ray. I'm not going to say that. I already know what's going to happen. They're going to do it anyway. All right. Look, listen, I'm not saying here calling women children, but look, listen, we have come to a point in society where women just don't respect men at all. Okay. And then you're trying to find men later on in life. Well, where are the men? You can't find them.
Exactly. And look, I just wanted to point out as well, I mean, obviously we're making some generalizations in this podcast, like when you were just saying, you know, women don't respect men. That's not to say that that's a blanket statement. And whenever we're making generalizations in this podcast, it's because it's generally true, not because we want to slander everyone with the same brush. So I just wanted to make that very clear. And in fact, I don't know how you feel about this. I hope Rachel's got a bit of a vibe for you and I, and we're pretty calm kind of guys, and we're pretty respectful to people that are respectful towards us. How would you feel about me dropping the link and having Rachel come in and have a conversation with us?
Okay. Look, listen, I'm cool with a woman talking to me. I don't care who did. Like, listen, I had a guy disagree with me yesterday, and he wasn't even a red pill guy. He just wanted to know what I was talking about. I will let people disagree with me. I will literally let people talk their piece if they're respectful. Okay, that's how I operate. Okay, look, listen, I work with guys in the industry that usually don't respect you. Okay, they don't respect what you do. They don't respect what you say. You got to earn your stripes, right? A lot of times I had to just, you know, shut the fuck up and just do the work. And half the time you do get the respect that you deserve. All right. But all that didn't happen if I didn't. I know a time when to challenge authority, and I also know a time when to just do the work. Okay. I've been trained like that. All right. And I've also been trained, you know, also, you know, I've taken acting classes and stuff like that. So I've learned how to keep what guys in the manosphere called masculine frame. You do not break character. I call it don't break character. So yeah, do I want to break character a lot of the times? Of course I do. But I don't keep it in. I just say, you know what? Breathe in, breathe out, let it go. Okay. But that's what men do all the time.
So Rachel just said, want to know why nice guys are pushovers? They are fake and they lie to get what they want. Bad boys are honest in what they want, and they are ambitious in their goals, so that is attractive. So I want to respond to that. And Rachel, I don't know if you saw this, but I've just dropped a link to StreamYard in the chat. Feel free to come join us. You don't have to have your camera on. You can turn that off before you join the green room. As long as there's the name that you put when you're joining in will identify you as being Rachel. I'm happy to have you on, and Red and I will have a respectful, peaceful conversation with you, and we'd love to get your perspective, and we'll give you ours, and hopefully we can come to some sort of general consensus, and maybe even, God forbid, between the three of us, come up with some ideas on how we can move forward here. So just want to let you know that this is a respectful conversation to be had if you do wish to engage. But yeah, I wanted to comment on what Rachel said. So this is the thing, right? And when you said they are fake and lie to get what they want, this is your textbook male feminist.
Yeah.
They don't really care. Look, they don't really care about feminism. Like, they don't.
Yeah, I'm not that. You don't see me with a pink feminist female sign saying girl power, or you don't hear me saying, women should be respectful. No, dude, I wasn't. You realize I'm not like that. You realize listen, I'm a part of the Manosphere. The mask is off. You realize, look, listen, man, I've been casual with women. Look, I'm not a nice guy. Okay, it sounds like I'm a nice guy, but I'm really not a nice guy. But I just calmly say to women, look, listen, because I do this all the time with women, all right? But I don't do this the first day or first 24 hours I meet them. I get them comfortable, and in a few days we talk. I say, look, listen, I want to get my dick sucked, okay? But I say it respectfully, and a lot of women respect that, okay? They respect me saying the things that I actually want from them. And look, listen, does it work out sometimes? No, yes and no. But I'm not going to sit here and defend nice guys. In fact, I'm against nice guys just like you are. Nice guy. Look, listen, nice guys are foxes, okay? They look cute and cuddly, but then the minute you turn your back, it's over. It's hunting season for them. I agree with you on that one. Trust me, I do. I do not. I say nice guys finish last. All right, because the nice guy is just putting on a front. He's not honest with himself, and he never will be. And when it comes down to it, all he's gonna do is get his heart broken, or get me too, or whatever the hell, or be the friend. He's getting the leftovers of what somebody else is gonna get. Okay, that's his problem. That's not my problem, because I don't have that problem with women.
Absolutely. And Rachel said, if that makes sense. I'm presuming that was in response to her previous comment. So no, she said, good guys are bad boys. Nice guys are terrible guys, if that makes sense.
Oh, no, it definitely makes sense. Good guys are bad boys. Yeah, I'm one of those. Nice guys are terrible guys. Don't disagree with you there.
And it's funny because when people read that statement logically, people that don't know any better, they look and they go, that sounds so retarded. That's just women logic. And look, maybe that way of articulation could be described as that fairly accurately. But what I would say is, look, women need someone who makes them feel a certain way. I keep coming back to feelings because this is where it's at for women. That's what estrogen does to this. It makes this the center of everything. Whereas for you and I, Red, this is our center. Like, we've got big hearts. Don't get me wrong. Where we operate. This is our space that we operate from. Women operate from this space, and they need to operate from that space, because if they don't operate from that space and they don't have the estrogen and they don't have the feeling, then they can't be nurturing mothers when they bear children, because unfortunately we can't bear kids. Because I tell you what, it would make things a lot less painful for us if we could just carry a kid for 9 months, waddle around, have to deal with all the physical stuff, and then not have to deal with the emotional stuff afterwards, where the person that bore the child feels entitled to it sometimes when that does happen.
Look, listen, Rachel, there is something I do want to say. Listen, look, listen, I'm not saying I'm a nice guy. I'm not a decent guy. I'm just a guy, all right? I'm just one, all right? You realize that I've actually walked out of you realize I actually walked out of a restaurant. Or here, fun fact. There was a girl that I was dating, and I knew she was sleeping around. So, as a thing, I said, you know what, let's go to Olive Garden. Let's celebrate. You know what, let's celebrate. And I gave the guy $20. I pulled the waiter aside and I said, hey, look, listen, man, you can take her order, but don't take mine. I will give you $20 if you can shut up and stuff like that. And look, listen, I'm going to leave, right? I don't need you to tell her where I'm going. Just take her order. I'm gonna say, you know what? I need to just think about it real quick. You know, we have a little chat and stuff like that. I give her all lovey-dovey, and I just tell her I go to the bathroom. So I do go to the bathroom, give him $20, and I get in my car, turn on the ignition, dart out, and never speak to her again. She left me 20 text messages, and I never responded to any of them. I am not a nice guy. You rub me, look, listen, you rub me off the wrong way, you disrespect me, you want to sleep around on me, go ahead, right? Go, good. Go ahead, I don't care. But just know, I am not nice. I will not tolerate that. And if you do that, I'm going to see you a different way, all right? I'm just going to leave and never talk.
You know, it's very, very interesting. There's a sort of concept that I came up with, and I'm sure other people have also delivered this same concept in their own specific way. And that is, if you breach someone's value system deeply enough, they will either distance themselves from you, they will either distance themselves from you or attack you, or just things will never be the same. And in this case, you were distancing yourself from you while also sort of like a little sly attack as like a get back, you know, but it wasn't so malicious that it's going to destroy her life, for argument's sake. You're not going and ruin your career or anything like that. You know, it'll, you know, time heals all things. Now, I also just had a comment from a Jen opting out who says, the world needs simps. We must learn from them. They are sacrificing our manhood to show us what not to do. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I really agree with that. We've seen this time and time again with all these Antifa soy boys and what they're doing. And like, dude, the world is watching and going, yeah, that's what I don't want to be like. That's what I don't want to do. And I think that that's actually 100% true. And if everyone was an attractive guy, right, then women would know, like seriously, there would be so much, particularly with the social framework that we have now, where it's consequence free for women. And it is, look at it. And look, there are social consequences within their own. They might get slut shamed by their own female friends. There might be guys who say, well, I'm not, you know, I've seen you like out with 20 different dudes. Like, I don't want to be number 21. You know, I don't want to be Johnny 21. But generally speaking, there's no major consequences for you. Like, you're not going to get ostracized from any major institutions or anything. Whereas back in the day when everyone's like going to church on a Sunday and, you know, there's some chick that's sleeping around with even 2 or 3 dudes, like she's on the outskirts, you know? So the whole framework's changed and there's less shaming going on for women that are promiscuous. And look, I think that the promiscuity that we're seeing increasingly in a growing cohort of women is just, look, people say that women have changed. Women haven't changed. The rules have.
Yeah, the rules have.
And I'm not mad at women for going out and doing what they're enabled to do. Like, shit, man, we saw what happened in the autonomous zones, right, over in Seattle and whatnot.
Yeah.
Guys are left, when guys and girls are left to their own devices.
It's a nightmare.
What you want to do? It is anarchy. It is
a nightmare. It's a nightmare. And look, listen. Look, listen, guys, look, listen. I watched that whole thing. Rachel, the nice guys that you are talking about are not in this chat, right? That's not Sydney. That's not me. The nice guys you're looking for, watch MSNBC, ABC, CBS, NBC. They're in those autonomous zones. They're hand in hand with their fist out, all that other stuff, making autonomous zones and stuff like that. Those are the nice guys you're looking for. I'm not saying those are what you're looking for, but you want to look over there. All right. And you see those foxes, right? Those are the foxes. They want complete anarchy so they can do whatever they want. And look, listen, listen, if I had a woman, and I don't, if I had a woman and she was in that sort of thing, I would protect her from that, right? Because, well, guess what? If she's being hurt, and look, if she's a woman to me, I'm going to be a man to her. I'm going to protect her from hurt, harm, and danger. That is what I am inept to do biologically as a man, right? But here's the thing. When you are left to your own devices, you say, I'm strong, independent, need no man and stuff like that. But you do have beta core. You have, the monkey simps, the beta cohorts side by side with you, and they want anarchy. Guess what they're going to do when they have anarchy? They're going to hurt you. They're going to harm you. And worse than that, they're going to kill you. They have no laws getting that. Listen, the most dangerous people in the world are not only just rich people, but beta men. All right.
Yes.
Beta men want anarchy for the same reason why they can't get laid. All right. They want it and they can't have it. And if I can't have it, then nobody can. Okay. Adam Ruins Everything was like, oh, beta alpha doesn't exist. That's a dangerous guy because he knows that beta exists. He knows that he has over 14 million beta males watching him and agreeing with him on that. Those are the predatory guys. All right. I don't have to be predatory. I just tell a woman what I'm a wolf. All right. You already know I'm inept to kill. All right. So women already know that. And they say, well, okay, I like the wolf or I don't like the wolf. All right. I'll let him take me or I try to kill him. All right. But when it comes to a fox, that's what foxes do. All right. Beta males are foxes. And I just want you to know that. And when it comes down to it, look, listen, I'm not trying to save you from them because I don't save women, but I'm trying to warn you, if you're strong and independent, then you might want to look at these foxes real quick. All right.
Right. And I love that you use that analogy of the wolf because I saw an article the other day and scientists and animal behavioral experts couldn't explain it, but there was a pregnant woman who got basically caught out in the wilderness and a pack of wolves actually came and protected her and saved her. It's almost like they knew that she was one of the nurturers and that they were the protectors. Like it's just this animal instinct, quite literally. And I think a lot of people underestimate the capacity of a wolf, right? Like yourself and myself in many ways, to actually be that protector and that carer where it's required. Now, I've actually got a few comments here, and I want to read them one after the other, and I want to sort of tie them together, and I want to just correct a little bit for context. So, Riff Magos, good to see you, brother. Riff Magos is a longtime subscriber of mine. Nice guys and bad boys, quote unquote, are convenient pigeonhole terms used by feminists. Regular, hardworking men are ignored by most women in the hope of landing an abusive arsehole, aka bad boy. Then we have.
Well, I do have an equation for that. All right. There's a cycle that I wish I can break, but unfortunately I can't. So listen up. So we all start from blank slates, right? So we are nice or ugly the way that we grow. It depends on how we grew up. It depends on who we hang around. It depends on our environment. But listen to me real quick. So we have this equation. There's a nice girl, right? She's a virgin and all that other stuff. And she meets a quote unquote nice guy. The nice guy is a fox, right? He might be an alpha male or he might be a beta male. She doesn't know because she might not have experience, all right? She might not have early experience with men. She has sex with said male, right? And this male turns out to be a bad boy, right? The bad boy leaves her, doesn't want a relationship with her. And what does that girl turn into? She turns into a bad girl, right? And the bad girl sees a nice guy, treats him like shit. And then what happens to the nice guy? He turns into a bad boy, and then bad boy, nice girl, bad boy. And the cycle continues, right?
Brutally. And that's what we're seeing unfold right now. Like it's amplifying. And this is another part of the reason why this conversation that we're having, these conversations between men, these, like really deep, way below, like we haven't scratched the surface. We've just put a blender to the surface and we've just burrowed right down. So we're getting to the core of this. And I just want to share these last two messages to tie in with that point, and then I want to link up to something you said and kind of give my angle as well. So as Riff said, nice guys and the bad boys are convenient pigeonhole terms used by feminists. Regular hardworking men are ignored by most women in the hope of landing an abusive arsehole. And then it says women don't want regular hardworking guys. They're busy getting wet over the abuse of assholes. That shows there's a deeper problem in women, not men. Bad boys are not good men. A man who is real and also moral is good. Simple explanation, the golden rule. So I want to go back to something I mentioned earlier. Women want to feel a certain way. They want to feel like you're. Look, when women say the bad boy, they want a guy who doesn't seek their validation.
Yeah,
that's what bad boy means. They want someone who's not afraid to take what they want. They want someone who's not afraid to unlock and harness their deepest desires that other guys won't touch because they're afraid of how that woman might respond or that woman might run. I mean, the guy who can sit there and say something that will shock her, but that she's been thinking in her mind, she's like, how the fuck did you read my mind? How did you know I was thinking this? The guy who understands her cues, the guys who understands the body language, the tone, the look in her eyes, who understands this formula of female desire, that's the bad boy they're looking for, because that's the guy who unlocks it for them. And you were saying, and it says here, a man who is real and also moral is good. So a guy who can unlock that desire, a guy who can bring out that primal sexual side in a woman while simultaneously having morality, having tenacity, having drive. I mean, these guys are rare. These guys are super, 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 super attractive to women. Like, not to, like, I hate sort of blowing my own trumpet, and I can't really think of any other way to describe it, but I would say that I have those qualities. And for those reasons, I'm very attractive to high quality women, and I'm extremely selective about which women I opt to go into relationships with. I mean, I'm talking, there's girls who their fathers are politicians. I'm talking girls, you know, who are super hot and 15 years my senior. I'm talking girls who are earning triple what I do, but worship me, and they, even when they're paying for dinner, right? And even when they invite me out for dinner, they'll be like, oh, I want to pay for dinner tonight, but they'll still give me their physical card so I can be the man that pays, because they want that dynamic, even if they're paying. So, and I would say as well, and I said this a while ago to a woman that I was having a conversation with, one of the women that I actually just mentioned a moment ago, and I said to her, women want dangerous men. She goes, no, they don't. I was like, let me elaborate.
Trust me, they do. I know that for a fact. All right, look, listen. A girl did say to me, and Rachel, I saw what you said. So let me tie that in with what you said. So she says, nice guys are clingy too. They're obsessive. They demand sex even when you're not together. They do anything for you. It's not attractive. That's right. That's because they are foxes. Okay. They're not wolves like me or Sydney. All right. We tell you what we want. All right. So I did something. I did it. Look, listen, I had to carry something by myself. It was probably like twice my weight. And I had to literally, like, and I was tired, man. I had to literally pull this by myself. And I did by myself. And there were 5 women just looking at me. I said, what did I do? I'm just a small, scrawny guy. But she's like, wow, you're just a strong ass dude. And look, listen, that landed me in some cheeks that day. But it is because I showed them how strong even though I was small and scrawny, I was as strong as a fucking, like, I was strong as a 6-pack guy. But you know something, it's something on the lines of, yeah, it's not a woman's fault that she goes for the guys that, you know, entice her primal biology, man. It's not their fault. Okay. That's just how women are. And that's how they see men. Okay. Men have evolved into these civilized, you know, there was a time when men used to kill and conquer continents and stuff like that and make civilizations and also kill other weak men and tribes so that they can get their women, right? Those were like primal wolves, and women had to, and guess what? The reason why women are so quick to end relationships is kind of because of that. It's a primal aspect in them to say, you know what, well, listen, I gotta make way for the new man, and that's how women treat that. You know, it's not their fault. It's just how it is. All right, that I'm surprised. I'm surprised men haven't figured this out just yet. You know what I'm saying? That we've been doing that. This isn't new, right? Women have been doing this, but it's a new factor because we are a civilized society. You know what I'm saying? I think what happened? I'm not a feminist. I'm not religious either. Women don't need men for survival because of equal opportunity. Well, oh god. Oh boy. I'm taking Sydney's I'm taking Sydney's place in the world. But guys, I'm glad to I'm glad to be on here. I'm glad to see you guys here. I'm not a feminist and also not religious either. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, man. Like, listen. I'm not going to sit here and go and debate you and say, oh, you're a feminist and stuff like that. I think where we are kind of getting off is that, you know, like, okay, we need to have, okay, listen, at the end of the day, I know that, you know, relationships are kind of, you know, one-way street for some people. But when it comes down to it, yeah, I don't believe that you need somebody, but that doesn't mean that you don't want to have somebody. Okay. And we also, you know, human beings, we learn by experience, right? So just like what you said with your story, right? You learned that your roommate, and I'm pretty sure that was a co-ed type space, right? He was a flex, all right? When a man and a woman coexist with each other, like when they are co-ed with each other, men take that to their advantage. And I'm talking, well, the bad boys, they already know. All right, they're going to get the women. They're going to get them at any cost. But when it comes to the nice guy, right, he's going to try to be like, well, you know what? He's timid. He doesn't know how to get women and stuff like that, but he does want women, right? So he's going to be like, you know what? I'm going to be the knight in shining armor. I'm going to have my Superman cape and shit like that. And well, guess what? Guess what he's trying to do? He's trying to get you the same way. He's trying to get you the same way, however, in a different aspect. All right. He's trying to, you know, consider himself the nice guy. He's trying to consider himself the shoulder to cry on. You know, you can talk to me, while also, you know, trying to let you know that he is attracted to you. And kind of, if you guys have never, there is a thing, right? There is a movie. It's like a segment in front. It was made in 1972 by Marlo Thomas called "Free to Be You and Me." Marlo Thomas, you know, made a segment about, you know, how men and women can be friends. This was during the time of second wave feminism. So that's kind of how we have been going at it, right? We've been going at because it was a new concept, you know, men and women can be friends. And Marlo Thomas kind of said, you know what, men and women can be friends. Women can do whatever they want. And yeah, that's true, right? Because this was during the time of second wave feminism. And it was a lot of people were dying, you know, at that time. It was Vietnam, it was the hippie generation. It was the end of the hippie movement and stuff like that. So now we're kind of living in the aftermath of, you know, the free to be you and me. Now, are we truly free to be you and me? You know what I'm saying? Sydney, what's up, man? I was stealing the show, man.
No, that's cool. Like, so my router shut, so I connected to my phone via pocket Wi-Fi, and now I just reset the router. So I'm just going to do a quick like little switch over once that comes back online. I'm even connected by Ethernet, so it's kind of bullshit, but whatever. Also, shout out to Disco Jensen for the super chat. Says keep grinding and bringing the intel to the blue masses. We need you out here. I appreciate that, Disco. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream, brother. But yeah, sorry, I missed what we were talking about with Rachel. Where were we up to? So
okay. So I said it's not a woman's fault that she follows her biology. You know, I would, you know, look, listen, I know that we have this double standard in the manosphere to say, you know what, I wish women can turn it off and be with me, but that's never going to happen. All right. Men have to adapt, because women, I will have to say, and I will give women credit, they have actually understood the game better than we ever could. Okay. Because we are more of the guys that say, you know what, I will kill, I will hunt, I will do this for the sake of the family. But when it all boils down to, and I know a lot of guys will give me some flack on this, but when it came down to the women, look, listen, when the guy killed the husband and stuff like that, when it came down to that, she had to say, all right, that guy's gone. This is the stronger dude. I'm going to let him in me so we can create a new society, and I'm going to follow his whim. That's what women have been doing for eons, and they can't turn that off. So guys are kind of like, saying to themselves, well, why is she cheating on me and stuff like that? That's been going on for generations. You know what I'm saying? That's something that women haven't turned off. They are still inept to guys killing and hunting and doing stuff like that and creating colonies. And it's not their fault. I'm not saying, oh, it's woman's fault, but it's kind of, you understand it. That's kind of the biggest red pill I can give out there. And it's been a study that's been going on for eons, man. That's why we're so screwed up with relationships. It's because now we are in the time where now women have access to dating sites and stuff like that, and now it's coming to the point where women are now, because that whole primo thing that's in their mind, that's saying, well, okay, guy number one, guy number two, guy number three, they're looking for the strongest man, and they can't find the strongest man, because the strongest man is every man that has been on that dating site or has went to her to that party and stuff like that. That's kind of the thing that they can't turn off, and it's not their fault. It's not their fault. I don't blame women for that, but the woman has not evolved with the civilized man. That's kind of where we're kind of, dealing with that. You know what I'm saying?
Look, honestly, I don't think men and women evolve very slowly, but we make shifts in our behavior based on the framework of society and what is permitted, what's not permitted, what's shamed, what's not shamed. But
dude.
we're back here, right? You got me?
Yeah, I got you, man.
All right, cool. So yeah, shout out to Riff Magos for becoming a new member. If you guys want to become a member as well, head on over to my YouTube channel, click join below. I will be doing some members only live chats and some special stuff soon on those different tiers. So check that out if you want to. Now, I just saw something from Rachel. Says, when I lived with a male roommate, I never thought that I would be harassed for, it says S asterisk S. I'm guessing it's sex. I thought we could coexist without there being attraction from him. Rachel,
no, that's wrong.
Look, this is exactly the reason why guys will tend to get jealous if you've got a male best friend. It's not because we don't want to trust you. It's because, well, hey, if he does develop an attraction for you, who's going to be interested, and we don't like from an evolutionary perspective, we don't want guys encroaching on our territory, right? Yeah. That's not to say that we own you, but while we're in a relationship with you, look, this is a protection measure, because you as a woman are the only person in that two-person dynamic that has 100% certainty over the parentage of that child. If you get pregnant and you have a child, there is no need for a DNA test. There is no way that another woman can be the mother of that child biologically, right? Only you. So you could fuck 20 dudes and let them all nut in you, and you're still the mom. There's no question about it. Whereas, like, there's a 1 in 20 chance that the guy you're telling is the father is actually the father. So this is the issue, and this is why guys have got such why you often see guys saying, well, we think that paternity testing should be mandatory at birth. It's like your maternity testing has been done by virtue of the fact that child came out of that vagina. That's your maternity testing, right? So when we have other guys encroaching on our space on a deep primal level, spanning back thousands and thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of years, if we don't keep other men away, you could that child that you bore could potentially not be ours, and we're protecting someone else's offspring, right? And you've got the cuckoo bird. That's where the term cuck came from, because that basically, those birds, they literally have other men's baby, and that's just how they've evolved. And I don't know why that works, but it works. That's just that species, but it doesn't work in the human species. And this is why guys will lose their mind if they find out they're not the kid. We've seen this so many times. And there's actually an increasingly high amount of that happening because there's no consequences for sleeping around anymore. I mean, look, there's the consequences that the dude might break up with you, but you still get to keep your kid, right?
Yeah.
It's not like back when if you have a child out of wedlock, like that child's getting adopted out and you get shamed like a motherfucker, right? That's not how it works anymore. And ultimately, women are the gatekeepers of the animal kingdom. They are the gatekeepers. And Briefolt's law maintains that the female, not the male, determines all the conditions of the animal family where the female can derive no benefit from association with the male. No further association takes place. Today we would say relationship rather than association. He, by the way, he was an English surgeon, an anthropologist, and an author, philosopher, obviously with musings like this back in the late 1800s to the mid 1900s. So this guy was he's way ahead of the game. He knew this. We already know, of course, that women wield the ultimate veto power in the mating game. It is women who give the thumbs up or thumbs down to any advances or proposals from men. And this is why the dating game is getting so confusing, because now you're saying, well, women can approach too. It's like,
but might as well do it. Then do it. Then really do it. Right. Also, Rachel, look, listen. I already gave you the answer. Listen, I'm done. Like, listen. You can tell me your story and all that other stuff, but I just told you exactly what you needed to hear. All right. I already told you we're not having this conversation. All right. So basically, let's go back to what we said. So yeah, that's why it's so confusing. All right. Even young men haven't. Well, I mean, it's kind of going back to the first answer of, is it red pilled or is it blue pilled? Well, that depends on the individual that has been doing the dating, that has been getting his heart broken, that only has been, that has been, casually dating and dating long term and short term and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of where we're going with this. It all depends on who actually found out what was going on and who actually found out, and who hasn't found it out yet. And that's what women kind of look for. All right. I was on a coffee date with a woman, right? And I found out instantly that she was, she was for the streets, because I talked to her, right? I didn't say that she was for the streets by the way she looked. I said that she was for the streets by the way she talked, right? She said to me all the, the kinky stuff. She was into kink stuff. And oh, yeah. I was like, oh, hell yeah. Definitely. We can do that, right? I'm on board. But then she made a 360. She's like, oh, but wait. I am wifey material. I can cook. I can clean. I was like,
how good?
Realize I'm not stupid, right?
How good can you cook and clean, and how often?
Oh no! And I left her when we were making out, and I said, she's like, but don't worry, look. And she was like, she was giving me all the she was rubbing my chest and everything. She was like, look, listen, I am wifey material. And I said to her, and I kissed her, and I said, we shall see about that. Never heard from her again.
Hey.
Dude, look, listen.
Nice.
But I knew that she was okay. Maybe she was attracted to me, and maybe she lost attraction. Maybe she started finding out, shit, this guy is not gullible. He knows what he knows something about me, and he knows he knew what he wanted. Look, I respect that, but there's another guy, right, that is gullible. So let me go to him. I can give him the sex that I probably would have given to me, and you know what? But I don't blame her for that. Women are kind of looking for the guy that is both the best of both worlds. They're looking for the guy that is sexually attractive, and they're also looking for the guy that's also emotionally attractive. But now it's kind of gone full circle with, how do we deal with this kind of world if women are now having the power to do both sex and relationships? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. By the way, totally random before you I cover off on something else. I've got a Riff Mago saying, Vention MGTOW, I hope everything goes well for you, brother. Vention MGTOW, hope everything's okay. Drop a comment. I would love to know what's going on. Hopefully can help out in some way if there is anything going on. A Jen opting out has said, change of topic. Your top 5 YouTubers and why?
Top 5 YouTubers.
So,
Oh God.
I know that you and I could both talk for hours about our top 5 favorite YouTubers. I'm actually going to pick mine quite strategically, and let's just try and keep it as summarized as we can. But yeah, do you want to start with yours?
You know what? You go first. You're the host.
All right. So, look, I would have to say that probably my favorite YouTuber from in the Manosphere, hands down, Coach Greg Adams.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I do watch his channel.
Massive respect to Coach Greg Adams. I've just dropped a link to his. If you're not following him already, I would recommend it. I'm going to chuck that in the chat now. I just dropped CGAs. So shout out to you, CGA. He has been doing some really good work, bringing a really balanced perspective, bringing a lot of information to guys that really, really need it. And I've got a massive amount of respect for him, and I just want to keep seeing him going from strength to strength, right? There's also, and this is outside of the Manosphere, actually, Crazy for Cryptos. So guys, if you are into cryptocurrency and you want to get the jump on the hottest coins, and I've been following this guy for a while now, and he has not been wrong once that I've seen. So he called Polkadot before it exploded. He called Chainlink before it exploded. He called Theta before it started going up. And I've dropped that in the link below. So if any of you guys are interested in cryptos and you want to kind of, get a bit more knowledge around that, then by all means, go and do it. Now look, I'm going to share a few more. I can't do just 5, but I'm not going to harp on them. Solo TV 84, love his work. Like it's just so raw and it's so fun, and he's just a really genuine, cool guy.
We had a nice talk yesterday, man. It was nice. I love his work, man. I mean, the one video I do like that he did was it was called I forget the title, but it talked about you not having any friends. And look, listen, I know that sounds like a loner loser thing to say, but it's like no. He brings up a good point. And he said, like, the more you get into this type of thing, the more you go on your own journey, the less friends you actually have. And you know what? This is why I kind of dissuade people from like going. I'm not saying, oh, take the red pill and stuff like that. If you choose to go on this journey, you're leaving everybody behind. Yeah. That is I cannot. You cannot come to me and say, I did it. My best friend. I said, well, look, listen, man. I told you that this was gonna happen. Like, listen, it's like that. I forget which karate movie it is. He's like, drop every one of your material possessions. You won't be needing those. All right. You're literally going with the clothes on your back and nothing else. All right. You're gonna have to hunt for your own food. You're gonna have to fight bad guys and stuff like that on your own. And it's like, well, look, listen, dude. Not everybody's gonna be red pill at the end of the day. All right. There are gonna be lots of guys that know the knowledge, but try to keep it down pat. They're gonna be guys like us and stuff like that. And I try to say to people, you know what? Look, listen. I live one way, you live another. Okay. I don't understand it. You don't understand me. And I think that's how the world is supposed to be. It's supposed to have that balance of me not understanding you, you not understanding me, because if we understood each other, then what's the point? You know what I'm saying?
Right. If everyone was the same, it'd be a very, very boring world. Very boring world indeed. Okay, so let me share a few more of these. I've got my list up. So I'm a big fan of Rollo Tomasi. I don't watch much of his stuff these days, not because it's not great stuff, but simply because his videos are very long form and I don't have a lot of time to watch them. And it's kind of like you miss a lot of context if you don't catch the whole thing. So for that reason only, I don't watch a lot of Rollo these days, but I love his, I recommend the Rational Mail to anyone,
Oh, I had the Rational Mail. I'm not gonna do that case study just yet. I do book reviews. I've reviewed King Afi's book, and I've reviewed Coach EO's book. I am going to go over a lot of books. I'm going to do case studies. I'm going to try to get the authors in. And look, listen, I mean, somebody's probably going to share this video and say, oh, this guy was talking about you. I wasn't talking shit about Rolla. I'm just said, dude, I have the book. I read it last year. I have all the notes for it. And what I want to do is actually want to talk about the book, because I actually do want to talk about books and movies that people are talking about, right? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what my channel is about. You know what I'm saying? Like I do the book reviews, I do the movies. Yeah, I talk about articles and stuff like that, but it's different. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of guys can read the books, but do you understand the book? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Another one I've got is Jason, the working man. Like this guy's on. I'm going to drop the link now, guys. Go and check out Jason. He's only got 85 subs at the moment, but he has been putting in some work. Like he has got a ton of videos. He's regularly streaming. Like he's got heaps. I don't know. I do not know how the algorithm hasn't put some wind in his sail by now. And he's always like, I got to tell you, I've found out about shit that I didn't know about, that I haven't seen anywhere on the Manosphere from him. Like he is so quick off the mark. It is unbelievable. And I had him on one of my videos the other day with Alpha Villains. So shout out to him. I've just put the link in the description below.
Am I one of your top 5? I'm a narcissist. I'm all about me.
I am subscribed to you, but you know, look, I'm gonna sit back. But look, man, I'm really enjoying this conversation. I have a feeling that you are definitely going to be high up there, and like, just like get a pin and just prick that ego of yours, bro.
No, definitely. No, I'm not full of myself, but it's more or less like you know, something. I think about it. You know, like a lot of guys, you know, they take the red pill, and they're not. But I see something in the manosphere that is in well of need. I am a self-sufficient guy, so I see like today I did a video about ironing. Like I got up, I showed people how to iron their clothes and shit like that, because I think because here's also another thing. Like I said before, school doesn't teach you shit. They just teach you the agenda, and you wonder why your kids are like inept. They don't know how to balance a checkbook or do certain shit, right?
I think skip school to like go on climate strikes, and that's about it.
Yeah, and they're not learning basic skills. So but that's a problem, right? That's a problem that I've saw, right? And me and my crew, we're still, you know, like I got a video that we're making, going to Home Depot and stuff like that, like learning about tools and shit, because a lot of guys are kind of missing out on that kind of information. They're not taught that information. And yet, where are all the good men going? Why can't men do all this other stuff? Why are they doing it? Well, what is the school teaching them that? No. What are they teaching? Feminist notions. Well, I wonder why men are so incompetent.
It's not that men aren't good. It's just that men haven't been taught how to be men. And feminists like, well, toxic masculinity is when you put gendered expectations on men. It's like, yeah, those gendered expectations are what women are attracted to most often. So by making men less masculine and taking away their masculine traits, you're actually hurting women. And I think that we need to actually start taking this angle, because we know that whenever a woman is hurt or upset, people go, oh my God, how can we make things better? So if we can frame things like, because here's the thing, you've got, if a woman gets killed, she's the primary victim. If a man gets killed, his wife is the primary victim because she doesn't have a husband anymore. You know, like no matter what way it's twisted, the woman's always the victim. So let's find a way to paint the woman as the victim in every situation, so that there's an incentive to not operate off that framework anymore, because that's harmful to women, right? Even if it's not. But like, we need to start coming from this angle and letting women know, hey, you are actually disadvantaged by this happening, and this is how.
Yeah, look, listen. In the age of equality, right? I'm pretty sure that I was watching this couple that was doing the lawn. The man wasn't pushing the lawnmower. He was doing some like gardening shit, and the woman was doing the lawnmower work. And I said, well, that woman's cheating, all right? I mean, but listen, but we all know that. But I mean, she's listen. She's probably 30. She still looks good. She works out. So look, listen, she's showing it off that, look, listen, I'm available. And look, I'm looking like, yeah, I know you're available. But the thing is that, you know something, when it comes down to, you know, like learning basic skills, like guys don't even know how to you know, like fix it. They don't even know how to, you know, change a tire and stuff like that. And that's kind of where we come in. All right, we're making these videos,
Right.
and those are going to be up on Patreon because look, listen, even I am still learning, you know, basic life skills that school never taught me, right? And these are
Mm.
certain skills that guys don't have, and they're disadvantaged because, well, look, listen, you can't rely on the fucking schools anymore. They're not going to teach you nothing. And maybe your parents haven't been around to teach you any of that stuff. But you know what? It's time to, you know, gain some information, go outside, talk to people that know the information, and actually put it to work. Actually watch the people do it, all right, or watch us do it, because we're going to learn this stuff too. You know what I'm saying? And I think if people can, if young men can get this, we can probably save the next generation, and we can make men a lot more self-sufficient than what they really are right now. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you 100%. Now, I also want to quickly read these super chats, give my last few favorite YouTubers, and a very super brief reason why. I'm not going to, like, if you guys want to go and search them up, they're very easy to find. Skupin says, sometimes a guy has to go through the experience to learn. Hopefully the experience is small and the damage equally so. Some men won't listen, but at least give them enough material to question their own motives for dating. Yeah, and look, and that's exactly what myself and Red and so many other men in the Manosphere are doing. And I think that it's really having an impact, and I think it's having a positive impact. That's my view on it. And Riff Magos says, screw losing JobKeeper. Here's a deserved donation to Sydney. Men going their own way matters. Riff, I appreciate you, man. You've been here since the very beginning. Thank you so much for being a faithful subscriber, mod, follower, and you know, and donating from time to time. I really appreciate that. So my last few favorite YouTubers. So I'm a big fan of Steph is Cold.
Oh yeah. I saw him on the Roommates. I'm gonna get there one day. I'm gonna get up on the Roommates.
Yeah, I heard you saying that.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make that. Yeah, you know how like Naruto says, I'm gonna become Hokage one day. Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. So there's Better Bachelor. Look, I love Undead Chronic. Unfortunately, he can't go as savage as he used to because he keeps getting struck down. But that's why they call him the Undead, because he keeps coming back. I also am a fan of Donovan Sharp. I mean,
oh yeah, that guy. Oh, that guy's probably going to be on the Roommates one day. And if he is, oh my god, I can't wait to watch that. I can't wait to hear Hafiz go like, dude, how are you still on YouTube?
right.
I can't wait to hear that, man. That's the collaboration. I can't wait for that to happen. I think I saw him on Instagram. He's interviewing Hotep Jesus. I can't wait for that. That's gonna be the I'm front row seat. I'm gonna be the first one in there because I gotta hear what he has to say. I can't wait for it.
Mad.
But I did watch the Hotep Jesus and Rolo Tomasi collaboration. That was actually really good.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. I haven't seen that one myself.
Oh, dude, it's you gotta watch it.
Yeah. Sometimes I miss my notifications because I got like 193 people I'm subbed to. I really need to call that list actually. So yeah, Computing Forever. He gives really amazing takes on just politics, and he sort of like trims everything down into like a really bite size, like probably more so than Sargon of Akkad, although I am a fan of Sargon of Akkad if I got more time to watch.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love Computed Forever. He did a video that I really liked. It was about loneliness. He actually did talk a serious gesture about loneliness, and it was about like this woman who you know, made a lot of money and stuff like that, but she had no one to, you know, she had no one to love, no one cared about her, and she died alone, and she was on her deathbed. And there were nurses that didn't even care about her. They were just waiting for her to die. And I was like, damn, like, you know, like, but there are a lot of these stories coming out like that. And this is kind of the generation in which, you know, it's like, it's unfortunate that it's about to happen. But this is kind of like so we live in unfortunately, we do live in the age of the woman, right? But it is also them that has to come to terms with, well, you got to listen, if you want to be strong and independent and on your own, well, then listen, being independent also means that you die on your own. Men know this. Men know this, understand this, and that's why we start relationships, because we already know that we're gonna die alone. But while we're alive, we don't want to feel that before we die, because we already know that. All right. that's kind of, that's kind of how I thought about that theory. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, I totally agree. And I think we are just starting to see the carnage of the beginning of the loneliness carnage that is going to start piling up like a train wreck, that on a epic scale that we've never seen before. And
I mean, in Japan, they got the suicide squads where if the man and or woman hasn't shown up for I don't know how many days of work and stuff like that, they check their house, and a lot of people are like killing themselves in Japan, man. It's like it's a tragedy, man. But also, you know, Japan is also a feminist country too, so you know.
Yeah, 100%. All right, I'll wrap up on these because I got to go in a second.
No, definitely, me too, man.
But yeah, I just wanted to also give a shout out to Think Before You Sleep. He's like a stealth bomber under the radar. I don't know how he's gotten to the number of subscribers that he has while still monetized, and being able to keep growing. But yeah, someone actually mentioned that in the comments, and I am a big fan, and I've actually just resubscribed because YouTube unsubscribed me, which tells me that he's on their radar.
Yeah, Shadow. Oh, Red Sings the Blues hasn't gotten up there yet, but there are a few videos that have been I mean, we're at 500, but we're almost there. We're almost to the shadow banning.
Yeah, 100%.
We're almost to the shadow realm for those of you who play Yu-Gi-Oh. Right.
So who else is there that I really wanted to mention? Hammerhand. I love his raw format. He's been reborn again. He just can't stay away. His channel got taken down. I don't know if he took it down or someone else did. Young Men's Daily Red Pill. Hugely important channel, particularly for the younger generation, as are you, Red. And the Conservative Twins.
Oh, yep.
Odd Twins. Yeah. I can't do it anywhere near as good as they can. I sound like a dick for that. But
why aren't they at the 21 convention? Or maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. No, I don't think.
They're actually on Steven Crowder's channel, Loud with Crowder.
Okay.
They do quite a lot of stuff with him. Terrence Pop as well, and Sandman and Human. So Terrence Pop, he's just so fun, you know, like he's just, you know, he's cheeky little jabs, like where just, you know, jabs it at the feminists. Sandman, he's been so consistent for so long, bringing so much knowledge, helped so many guys. And I love the way that Human presents and reflects on things. He's just got such a unique style, and he really goes deep into the human psyche and really gives you, like, you can just sit there alone and just listen and just absorb it by osmosis. He's really so intelligent. And Skupin says, if you call someone a name enough times, they start to believe it. That's blame mentality and feminism in general. That's how feminist academics have created the toxic masculinity narrative. And this is exactly what they're doing. They're trying to wear us down, and we won't be worn down because we're men, not mice.
Definitely. I do agree with that.
So who's your favorite YouTubers, Red?
Who are my favorite YouTubers?
10 minutes on my...
Well, in order to the term, I got to give a big shout out to Solo. So that's my number one. Number two, Diamond Sharp. That's number two. Number three, I will say Think Before You Sleep, because I watched this recent video with the what was it? Yeah, damn it, it's right here. Soft White Underbelly. So he got me into that channel, and I'll actually be doing one of the videos on there, and I'll be talking about that tomorrow. So he kind of put me on to Soft White Underbelly because I started doing, you know, some research on some stuff like that. So that's number three. Number four, what was my number four pick? I will say Minister Jap, because Minister Jap is pretty funny. I did an interview with Minister Jap. You can go look that up on his channel. He does since I'm black. I know it doesn't look like it, but I am black. I am black. Surprise, right? No, he does. He's got a lot of.
You got enough. There's enough contrast between you and me to make that clear. I'm white as fuck. I get sunburned at the. I'm like, eat. You know what I mean? Yeah,
definitely. Definitely. Like, look, Mr. Jab's funny as fuck. If you watched his live streams, I can't look, man. Yeah, I would definitely the way that he talks. Look, listen. I can't believe that he is shadow banned. Okay, all this stuff about black women. You do not talk about the black queens. Excuse me, the black quans or whatever they're fucking calling themselves nowadays. You can't do that. Number 4,
The Kwanzas.
the quan. Oh, God, I remember. No. There was a black woman I saw in Costco, right? I don't know if you guys have Costco in Australia, but we have in the US. In the US and Canada we call it Costco. And there was a black woman, and she was loud as hell, man. And then she had a black woman or queen shirt on. I'm like, no, just go over there, like that. Yeah, they're like, you're just like, you see it, you're just like, I'm just gonna look the other way, just push my cart and all that shit. I was like, yeah, it's gotten that point, man. It's gotten to that. It's gotten to that point. I
saw this chick the other day. She was she was huge. I mean, she must have been at least 140, 150 kilos, and she was short. Like, I'm talking 5 foot short. And she was wearing this shirt stretched across all over her rolls, and it said, the future is female. I was like, bitch, the future is fat, if that's what you're talking about.
Oh, God. Yeah, I've seen women with those kinds of shirts on, and I'm like, ouch. Yeah, I'm just gonna walk the other way. Just don't touch them. Don't touch them. All right.
Keep a wide berth.
Yeah, just like, yeah, just gonna go over here. Oh, wait, hold on one second. I have something. When I was working at a pizza place, right? I used to work for a pizza place, and the new people in New Jersey, right? They are the New Yorkers. The New Yorkers have came to New Jersey, so the teenagers have bought their stuff, and she left her this feminist, this little teenage feminist, she left her thing. And I actually kept it as a trophy. This is the trophy for the Manosphere. So let me try to see that shit. Yeah, see that? This is a trophy. This is my boomstick. This is my trophy. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. The future self identifies as female. Dude, I'm gonna when I get my studio up and running, I'm using this as my mug. This is gonna be my fucking trophy. Dude, I had to steal this, man. This keeps me. This kind of got me started with Red Sings the Blues right here. I keep this as it look. Listen to this, man. Look at the beta force right here. See that masculinity reduction? They're not even hiding this shit anymore, dude. Look at that. See that shit?
I need high res photos of this shit, man.
Dude, oh God, I'll shoot you I'll shoot you this on Instagram, but dude, this is my favorite one. This is my favorite sticker right here. See this? See this? I stand with Planned Parenthood. This is my trophy, guys. This is my trophy. This is my boomstick right here. This is why I do what I do, guys. This little cup right here. And I will use this as my chalice. This is my fucking chalice, guys.
Hey, by the way, for everyone who is in here, guys, everyone give I've got 166 of you in here right now. Give this video a thumbs up. If I see this number start to go up in a second, I'm going to share with you a juicy little snippet of a video I'm going to be doing later today. It is amazing news coming out of Australia. Amazing news. So start hitting that thumbs up, and I will get this video ready to go.
No, definitely, man. I'll send you some pictures of it on I'll send you some pictures on Instagram, definitely, man. I'll shoot you those pictures right away, man.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Gotten a few more thumbs up now, so I'm going to share this. Check this out. Staff and course cuts at Macquarie University planned for 2021. Now, Honey Soit is basically just an SJW rag. Let me quickly actually duck over. I'm going to grab, I think I've got a copy of Honey Soit magazine. Bear with me one sec. And your boy delivers. Honey Soit here.
Oh God. Oh, what the hell is? Oh God. Oh
right?
You gotta be joking.
Here we go.
Oh.
Page 12 to 13 feature a tribute to academics of color. Now, in Australia, the Liberal Party is basically the equivalent of, technically, it used to be the equivalent of the Republican Party over here. Like, it's all pretty much all become leftists now.
Yeah, basically.
But the Green and Labor are freaking nuts. Like the Green are psychotic. Like that's where all the feminists come out of. Hey, we got AV up in the stream.
Yo, did you see my chalice, man? Did you see the pink chalice I have?
Hold on. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Okay, hold on for 1 second. I apologize. My computer was acting up. Bear with me. Hold on.
It's okay, man. It's okay.
Don't vote Liberal. It's Honey Soit's election manifesto. And it's like, it's literally all of the parties that actually have any policies that care about Australians. They're pretty much just trying to crap all over them. And here is a uni student who is running for the Greens, who are basically like, imagine the most radical of Democrats, and that's what the Greens are.
What's up, guys? How's it going, man?
Good, hey, man, good.
How you doing, man? How you doing?
Sydney RSB, what's good?
It's good, man. Did you see that chalice that I have, the pink chalice?
Nah, AV missed.
Hold on. Let me show it to you again, man. Hold on. I got you, bro. I got you. Hold on. I got to get the chalice out for you. This is why I do Red Sings the Blues right here. This little chalice that I found while working at the pizza place that I used to work at. See this fucking chalice right here?
Yeah,
this is my chalice. This is my
boom like something right out of Indian. Okay, there you go. I got
it. See the beta force? See, hold on. Nobody wants to touch your bicep. Yes, the muscle is huge, but the skin surrounding it is dusty, loose, and it's spoiled because you're old, and that's okay. Beta force. Oh god, I can't read this, but I'll find the sticker for you. But it says beta force, masculinity reduction supplement, subdues aggression and urges, calm down. 10 grams of soy aminos, 5 grams calming L-theanine, 50 milligrams ketamine, 1 milligram estradiol, and 6 grams CBD oil. Bro, this is my boomstick. And then you gotta look at this shit. You gotta look at this. The future self-identifies as female. Dude, when I get a few thousand subscribers, dude, this is gonna be my coffee cup. I'm going to literally make people like pissed off at me because I have this as my chalice, man. This is that's what I become, who I really am.
Make sure you clean that shit with some super hot
water. Dude, I'm disinfecting the crap out of this.
What are going on there?
Oh god, I am disinfecting the crap out of this.
Here we go. Look, before we finish up, and I just wanted to bring you in, AV, because I had a good vibe. But we're going to stream after this. Alpha Villains and I are going live as soon as I finish up with Red Sings the Blues. But here's a few more of the letters that came in here. A left-wing progressive feminist. We've got the burn book. When white people say ni hao and expect to be complimented. We've got activists protest Latham's return to politics. We've got, where are we here? The normalization of racism in sports media. When passivity trumps aggression. And like, as you go, like if it's got all this stuff about domestic violence and Chinese families, a tribute to academics of color. Amongst the cacophony, whiteness and its criteria for social respectability goes unquestioned. It is telling that Australia finds it more offensive to be called a racist than to actually be racist. It's like, yeah, it's offensive to be called a racist if you're not a racist, you dickheads. This is so fucking retarded. And yeah,
I just went off this crazy ride.
Yeah, so I mean, look, this is the kind of crap that's coming out in these. Oh, here we go. I can't be racist. I have WeChat.
What?
They're ranting about how Nihao says federal election candidate Michael Bailey as he visits the ethnic enclave he was assigned to. Having discovered just last week that Australia has a sizable Chinese population, Bailey took it upon himself to entice these prospective votes to his side. I call it my wooing the woos policy, he joked.
Oh, God. Oh.
Bailey was quoted just last month making disparaging comments about the Chinese community all being communist spies. He's since changed his views, completely being told more than 5% of Australia's population has Chinese ancestry. Anyway, it's just a bunch of shit.
Here are my balls on a silver platter. Please enjoy them. That's
right.
Exactly what that says. I'm just like, come on, dude.
Now that you've got a feel for Honi Soit, right? Mm-hmm. This article, I'm not going to go through the whole thing because I'm going to touch on this later. And anyone who's watching this right now, don't spoil it for other people that are going to watch this live stream at some point. I'm just showing this to you because you guys have hung out for like, 2 hours now. So you deserve a little bit of a share of this. Harpreet Dillon, president of the Women's Collective and an art student at Macquarie University, bemoans the loss of her major, gender studies.
Wow.
The refuge. It helped me to unbottle, put into words, visualize, and understand my experiences and social problems that impact communities.
World's smallest violin, right here.
Yeah, I know. Joshua, another art student at Mac Uni, says the majors under threat, which include gender studies, social justice, and race, gender, and diversity.
Yeah, arts. I will say this because I went to well, I didn't go to art school, but I went to a theater department. Art schools are just basically pray the straightaway camps at this point.
Yeah, right, exactly. They're just nation camps.
Yeah, it's just like, dude, I'm not gonna say anything, but listen. I made it clear that I liked women. All right, that's what I'm gonna say.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I want to steer away from Louise Darsons, a member of the Department of English at Mac Uni, who stated we need majors such as the gender studies major to ensure that our degrees can produce graduates with the depth of knowledge and understanding to perpetuate equality and inclusion in their future lives and workplaces. Yeah, nah, sorry, bye. Not down with it at all. Fuck that. So yeah, I just want to share that with you guys because I thought that was a good news story. Bit of happy time for everyone.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
Oh man, this was funny. This was good. We definitely gotta set up that election night, man. We definitely need to do that.
You want election night sitting there watching the election night, watching all the
yeah, I'm gonna get that'll be the first time you'll ever see me have a beer on stream, man. That'll be the first time and probably the last because I'll be having drinks, man.
100%.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be glorious. I'm gonna just sit here and be like,
I can't
cheers,
wait.
guys. We won. We got them, boys.
I'm hanging out.
You talking about the debate? The debate tonight?
No. The night of the election. We're gonna have a live stream.
Gotcha.
November 4th. I can't wait for the supercuts of all the feminists screaming in the streets.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I want to be. You know what? I probably should do a live stream in New York. I should take my phone and just live stream in New York because I'm literally like 30 minutes away from New York.
Head rhinoceros and say, how do you feel about Donald Trump winning the election?
Oh, dude, I got to bring protective gear and everything because I already know what I'm going to go into.
Awesome, man. Well, look, I'm going to end it on that. AV, I'm going to jump out and send you a link to a new stream. We're going to do a stream together, you and me, get some fire happening. I appreciate you. And I want to acknowledge Aussie MGTOW Bear says, Trump going to make us money come November. So the story behind that is Aussie MGTOW Bear has actually put a bet down that Trump's going to win the election. I'm putting some fat dollars.
Dude, we got to do this fan. Oh, we got to do a fan duel, man. Got to do a fan duel. Got some gambling going on over here. I got some. Oh, dude, I got some money on that. Dude, I can't believe. Last thing before I go, I cannot believe that now it has come to like how we're betting on presidents now. We are betting on presidents. It has. I can't believe that fan duel hasn't capitalized on this yet, dude. That is literally the Super Bowl of the like. This is the Super Bowl of the Super Bowls, man. Like this is This is a Super Bowl. This is literally Super Bowl before Super Bowl.
Right. Exactly. Ezra said Trump's 2030 feminist meltdown, November 4th, 100%.
Oh God, it's gonna be glorious. It's gonna be glorious.
On that glorious note, I'm going to end this stream. AV, stay tuned in your Insta DMs. I will drop you the link to our next stream. Red, thank you so much for coming on.
Peace, man. Talk to you soon, bro.
Thank you. You too, man.
RSB, also, I just wanted to say, you said at the start of the stream you want to be known for your Joe Rogan style delivery and flow and conversations. I think we hit the nail on the head on this one without going for 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
We would have gone for 3 or 4 hours had I not made a promise to my boy AV in the box below. So, guys, I appreciate you. I will see you shortly, AV. Thank you, RSB, for coming on.
Okay.
Guys, if you haven't yet subscribed to Red Sings the Blues, head on over to Red Sings the Blues on YouTube.
I'll be on at 8. I'll
Great
be live
content.
at 8.
Exactly. All right, bro. I'll catch you later. Thank you for coming on. And if guys, if anyone wants to donate, as usual, links in the description. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.
All right, catch you.
Peace.
Peace.